Thank you very much. It's always very hard after such distinguished predecessors to say something that you haven't already heard in the last half an hour. So I have to take a different approach to analyzing our region. First, this is a real honor and privilege to be here. This is my second year. And thinking back what I said a year ago and what we are facing today, unfortunately not much has changed for the better, but a lot of things have gone for the worse. I will not go elaborate on what my distinguished predecessors said. They all had a very good point, but the biggest issue here is the vacuum that's been created. I think that European Union in the new constellation has made a serious mistake when they said there will be no enlargement the next 5 years. And you know, nationalists, populists are like sharks. They're like piranhas. They can smell blood from miles away and pounce. When you have a group of countries geographically placed where they are, and also bear one thing in mind which people tend to overlook, is that, for instance, in Serbia, we have had democracy for only 25 years. There's some divine irony that that democracy was introduced by Milosevic in '91. And then that democracy started developing through wars, sanctions, hatred, all the bad things. So basically, we've been developing democracy for the last 10, 12, 15 years. That is awkward by itself, but also the institutions that the European Union, or a country like Greece, that has democracy for millennia, take for granted. The institutions are the key elements of a state, guaranteeing its well-being, its position, its functioning, and that's what we really have to work hard, and we are still pretty far away from that. That's why I'm a very big fan of the European Union, and when I look at Serbia and champion for membership in the EU, I call it the quest for the Holy Grail. If the membership in the European Union is the Holy Grail, to me the quest is equally important, because that will force us to make the necessary reforms, which are very painful, but do them, make them, and achieve our goals. Let me take you to a quick tour. What happens of the region and what happens when there is a vacuum? When the European Union, with all due respect, has its own huge problems, and they're understandable, but as some of my predecessors said, it gets filled very quickly. Serbia has an issue with Kosovo. It's a festering wound. I don't know how that's going to be solved in the short run or the medium run or the long run. I know how I would like to personally see it solved. But that problem has allowed Russia to become an important player in Serbian politics because of its opposition in the Security Council. You have now the latest developments in Montenegro, where again, there was an attempted coup and very strong allegations of a foreign power involved, Russia again. Let's go take a look at Bosnia and Herzegovina, for instance, and I spoke about that last year. It's a study case of foreign involvement. You have two entities. One is backed by the United States. The other one is backed by Russia. But then, you also have an additional component. The Federation is backed by Turkey, by Saudi Arabia, by Iran, and by the way, Saudi Arabia and Iran have been I don't know today, but since '93 have been pouring 1 million Deutschmarks a day. And there was nothing much to show in Sarajevo for that kind of money. But it buys you a lot of influence. So you have Saudi Arabia, you have Turkey, you have Iran, you have Qatar, you have Malaysia, and I'm missing one more country. But what do they have in common? All these countries hate the superpowers and hate each other. So it's a mess. There's complete powers, centrifugal and centripetal powers at work. What is the exit strategy? Where can the Balkans go in a situation that we have today? My strong belief is, first, the tensions between the superpowers must decrease. That will be helpful, especially for our region. Because, you know, when the big boys start fighting, it's always the third countries that get it first. God forbid when they should start fighting directly each other. Then everybody gets it. And the Balkans is a perfect place for this. You have had very recently an interesting article by Les in Foreign Affairs that said maybe that the maps should be redrawn. Maybe the countries should be formed according to the ethnic compositions, become nationalist countries. That would be a major defeat for civilization. That would be a major defeat for Europe.
1 minute.
Or you can have war again. Or we need European Union back. We don't need limits, but much more efficient boosting of all the efforts of all the individual countries. And serious talk how we can make this a much better place, because it can be. Thank you.